Let's say you want to be perceived as the best coach, the best lifestyle coach, the best career coach. So branding is what you do to achieve that result or that perception.
There is a lot of work going on in Silicon Valley. The like of Google, Facebook, ChatGPT, they're all strongly to come out with the best. Yeah. So, what of course this is going to mean for people is that we are going to look for a way to separate ourselves from the crowd, because everybody can do almost about the same thing now. You know there are things that used to be very difficult for people. You want to write, but what you soon find out is that with ChatGPT can write better than any person if you know how to prompt it. If that is all you can do, you don't have job anymore.
I had a client, and because I also do like profile optimization for people that I brand, so there's a personal branding, and when I'm branding, doing personal branding, most of them, because I need them through LinkedIn, they have a LinkedIn profile, so I have to work on their optimization and stuff like that. So I would sometimes go through their content and go through the about section, and I would know, like the minute I look at it, I would know, oh, you use ChatGPT to write this, and they say yes, because it's just there's some words that ChatGPT use that you just know that this is another ChatGPT. Just get online and just do some magic with AI apps and websites and stuff like that, and then you can get a logo, you can get a palette and stuff like that. But I think brand strategy is what changes it. I mean, you're being strategic about a particular thing. You're not just giving things to chances or head knowledge or anything. You're doing like the main research behind the why. Okay, this is what, because at the end of the day, branding is about creating like a perception of anything. Let's say you want to be perceived as the best coach, the best lifestyle coach, the best career coach. So branding is what you do to achieve that result or that perception, which is you want to be an expert or a career coach, the best. So branding is what happens. When I say branding is the what you do, again, that thing you want to do. So branding has to do with like the identity. That's why you say brand identity. It has to be, how do you appear? How do you appear? Meaning if it's a personal brand, say, how do you have to dress? What do you have to do with your brand touch points to make people see you as that? If it's a business, you're thinking of what logo, what color palette, what font, what this and that are you going to do? It is brand messaging. How do you communicate? How do you stand? What's your tone of voice and stuff like that? So branding is the whole. How would I put it? It's what moves any other thing. It's what's going to move you to this particular thing as regards to the brand messaging. It's not going to move you to do this as regards the identity. So branding is like the engine room. Yeah, let's just say the engine room that facilitates all other things. So I'm fascinated with that because when you're doing your brand identity, I think you really need to know your why. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Okay, why does the color have to be red? Why? Oh, because we have a strategy as regards that. Oh, because we want to come across as powerful, want to come across as passionate. Oh, that's why we are using red. Want to come across as trustworthy. Want to come across as reliable. That's why we are using blue. We want to be humorous in our content. We want to add a little bit of humor to it. We want to be sarcastic. That's why we are doing this, because we want to be easier to, because okay, the people that we are, let's say the target audience that we are trying to reach, or there are people that are moved by humor. Okay, that's why our brand messaging has to come across as humorous. Okay, that's the strategy behind that. So I think I'm really fascinated by that because I want to really know. I want to really know what I'm doing, like have a bigger, like a clearer picture of what I'm doing, rather than just being a tool, because it's just one of identity is just one of. Then there's brand messaging and stuff like that. So why do one when you can be a part of like the engine room, so something like that. So I'm really fascinated by that, and mostly because I don't like being redundant and I don't like being consistent with things. I just like knowing and knowing and knowing. So probably my curiosity too, or me wanting to give my clients the best. Probably think that is true because I think we are in a competitive space. Everybody is trying to be better and give your clients better. So if you can do better, you do better. You can anything has to be better. Has to be better, right?
All right. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's interesting.
Mm,
So yeah, you did mention AI, and of course, talking of
mm,
technology that we have today. Because there is a lot of work going on in Silicon Valley, the like of Google, Facebook,
mm, mm,
ChatGPT, they're all struggling to
Then
come
there's
out with the best. Yeah,
Gemini.
yeah. So,
Mm,
what of course this is going to mean for people is that we are going to look for a way to separate ourselves from the crowd because
mm,
everybody can do almost about the same thing now. There are things that used to be very difficult for people. You want to write, but what we soon find out is that with ChatGPT can write better than any person if you know how to prompt it. If that is all you can
yeah.
do, yeah, you don't have job anymore. So which means now that you need to
Mm,
look for a way to still add value to the people without be generic because
mm,
what ChatGPT can do have soon become generic.
mm.
Therefore, you must
Yeah,
have a
and people can
face.
see.
Yeah, yeah. Say something there. I'm
People
listening.
can see. People can see. People can see it actually because I remember that I had a client and because I also do like profile optimization for people that I brand. So there's a personal branding, and when I'm branding, doing personal branding, most of them because I need them through LinkedIn, they have a LinkedIn profile. So I have to work on their optimization and stuff like that. So I would sometimes go through their content and go through the about section, and I would know, like the minute I look at it, I would know, oh, you use ChatGPT to write this, and they say yes because it's just there's some words that ChatGPT use that you just know that this is another ChatGPT this thing. So there's this word like tapestry. They like using what other words I've forgotten, but there are some words that are just generic, and from a mile away. If you use ChatGPT enough, you know that this is written by ChatGPT. So yeah, you would know.
It's not like I'm actually condemning the people that use Chat GTP. I'm not doing
Oh,
that at all because it's an app it's a tool
mm,
that we use and we should use it. Since, like I often say, before the pyramid was built, we have been using tools. So it's just that we
mm,
have different tools today. So we are not telling people not to use tools. The point is that when you
mm.
use tools, make sure that you let your voice shine through at the end of the day so that when people read it,
Yeah,
they know that this is you. Because if you don't do that, it becomes generic. So yeah, that is very
yeah,
important. So I think maybe that is where the work that you
yeah,
do can also be very important in that you are branding, you are letting people understand that this
mm,
is you. You are different from every other person, even in
yeah.
the age of AI. Yeah. Yeah, say something like you
Yeah,
want to say
that's where
something there.
that's where branding comes in. I also use like AI because I wanted to because you're saying something about letting your voice shine through. So I also use AI to write my content actually, but I do it in a way that okay, let's say I think I'm trying to remember the last post I did actually AI. So I had an idea. I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. So I made a post on LinkedIn, and it was about telling business owners that if your own branding, if what you have going on currently with your branding does not like blow your own mind, it's not going to blow the mind of your audience. So that was the idea that I had. I wish I can minimize and then read through my chat. I didn't use ChatGPT. I don't know of recent, like when I say this year, I've just fallen in love with Gemini. That is bad more than ChatGPT because I feel like ChatGPT is somehow, but Gemini just gets it anyway. So I said, okay, this is the idea that I have. I just wanted something like saying, oh, if your own branding cannot like blow your own mind, it's not going to blow the mind of your target audience. Or and it's not also going to and if your competitors branding blows your own mind. That means it's going to blow the mind of your own target audience too. So that was the idea behind the post, and I wanted it as related to branding and how you need to work on your brand, and you should, stuff like that. And I had this idea. I just had to tell Gemini, okay, this is the idea that I have as regards